What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another day. So today we'll finish off Zach's head, hopefully get that together. Got a few things to do around the place. We got the aircon guys meant to be coming out today to fix our aircon and actually put some gas in it, which is cool. So we're gonna go ahead and never touch that again. But yeah, he's meant to be coming out this morning to do that, so then we'll actually have cold aircon that works in the engine room, which will be awesome. We've got to finish sorting out the 31. A few things we've got to finish doing. We've got to swap the headlights over and sort out the driver's seatbelt buckled properly. And then it's pretty much ready to go, except for obviously the speedo, which we're still having issues trying to figure out. Bought baby cakes along today, get her out of the house, out of confinement, stop her from going too insane. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun continuing on with this head. It's probably going to take us most of the morning to finish off this freaking head, but anyway, it is what it is, and we'll do what we can do. Rightio, so time to get all of the intake valves and springs and everything together in this head. So the intake valves are the shorter valves. In the hydraulic lifter heads, there are two different size springs. The longer ones are for the exhaust side, which we did yesterday. So we'll get onto the intake side today. I still got to put the new valve some seals on the intake side too. So we're just going to do everything on the intake side. So I might chuck his on a time lapse for that. You can see how painful it is. Alright guys, so head is assembled as far as just the valves and locks and springs go, which is awesome because it's a really time consuming pain in the ass process, as I'm sure you're sick of hearing me saying, but look how good it looks though. Zach's going to love walking in here and seeing that, so that's going to speed up our assembly process a great deal, the fact that that's already done. All I'm going to do now is I'll get a tub of oil and I'll soak these lifters in some oil. I like to have the lifters pre-soaked in oil so that they're already sort of pumped up and full of oil. Otherwise, when you try and crank it and they're dry, it's not good for the lifters and they don't pop up properly and your valves don't open properly and it's just a pain in the bum. So, pre-soak those in oil. So yeah, head's ready to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the only thing I really could do now is actually install the rings on the pistons if I wanted to. But that's something I reckon Zach would have a bit of fun doing and something you should probably look at. And we'll teach Zach how to orientate your rings or what you're supposed to do with them and stuff. So, teach him a bit more about that on the day. So that'll be tomorrow. But I'm just stoked to have that out of the way because it's just an annoying job that takes way too long. Anyway, I'll get a tub and some oil and we'll soak these lifters. Rex has decided to have a victory Zuba Duper. Righto, so I've got Zach's lifters just soaking in some oil. Probably not particularly necessary considering they've already been used and not brand new, but you can't hurt to have them just already oiled, pre-pumped, ready to be nice and lubricated. Rex put up his trophies. Look at that, all Rex's bloody trophies. Like Power Crew's Best Judge burnout, bloody People's Choice burnout awards.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
Crowd favourite, top 5, top 10 judge, best celebration because they jumped on the roof.
Yeah, it's what if you look at the blue tonner, there's actually a big boot print on the roof from where Rex jumped onto the sticky burnout pad and then jumped onto the roof when he finished his skid.
Yeah. It's still there.
Anyway. Their blue ute will be back one day in full force, but got some souvenirs. Also dragged that Dad's old Mustang picture, we'll put that up somewhere too. The old 69 Mach 1 that Dad built back when he was younger than us. And Rex is here changing out his headlights and doing some more work to the 31, which he's super stoked about. Yeah, anyway, we're hoping the aircon guy comes here soon, so that we have some working aircon very soon. That'd be cool. So we just had the aircon guy out. He had one job, to come out and regas the aircon. He didn't bring any gas with him. So he's coming back on Friday. So now we've got to wait till Friday to have aircon, which is a massive pain in the ass, but I guess it happens. It is what it is, whatever. All right, I'm gonna take Chelsea for a bit of a walk. Trying to convince Chelsea about how we're gonna come out and live out here once we finish upstairs.
I agreed, thank you very much.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna show Chelsea where I'm gonna set up the hammock where she can sit and read books and stuff, and make her super excited about moving here when we're all finished.
Yep, as long as I get my purple steel caps.
Purple steel caps, requested. Give the pregnant lady what she wants. So yeah, that'd be sweet, because then I can work and live here, and we don't have to pay rent, and we can just save heaps of money for a house. So this is the tree I'm going to set up. Little swingy chair.
Cute.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Obviously we'll
Very
fix this
scary.
dam. We still haven't got to this dam yet. But we've got to fix this dam so that actually holds water properly.
Still holding a bit of water though.
We can build like a deck and a barbecue area, gazebo.
Very nice.
A little swingy chair, read your book, huh? Hmm?
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What do you reckon, Flino? I'll come out and sweep some floors?
Sure.
So yeah, over the other side of the gully here, we've got like a sweet little pad that we've cleared, which we could build a little cabin. So I'm gonna go try and convince Chelsea that that's a really good idea.
Of course it is.
We've got all this. Build a cabin out of all discs. And
Like
this.
a tiny cabin, like a romantic cabin, or-
A cabin to live.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I don't know, just a big cubby house. A tree house. There'll be a password to get in. So yeah, since Dad finished the new causeway and actually built it out of rock, this gully has held like heaps of water. So we did this over like the summer while there was no rain, everything was dry. This whole gully was completely dry. I don't know if you've been on the channel that long, I remember, but you could walk all the way down through there. It's very, very deep. And yeah, since then, like after the fires and stuff, there's just been heaps of rain and it's just completely filled up. And this gully has never held this much water before. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's very nice. See, it's nice, isn't it?
It's nice, it's unusual.
Need to get some like water weeds growing so that it clears the water up a bit.
So it's not as murky.
So it's not so murky. But the murkiness does help because when it's murky, the light doesn't penetrate, so the water doesn't get hot, doesn't evaporate as much. So when it's murky, there's a lot of sediment
Me a veggie garden?
in the water. It doesn't have much evaporation, which means it stays fuller for longer. Of course, we can build you a veggie garden. See, perfect little pad to build a little cabin. Plunk a container down here, build a deck off the front, sit on the deck and look out over the dam. Huh?
Gorgeous.
Pretty nice, huh? We'd even have our own driveway around the back.
Private entry.
Mm-hmm.
Looky out.
Yep, yep. The property pole's on this side of the creek, so it'd be real easy to get power to here.
Hell yeah.
Very easy to do. Put a little septic in the ground somewhere. All over it. All the noise from the dyno will travel straight to here, so it'll be nice and loud.
Perfect.
This car was built using like HIDs, like full HID headlights, which are just like all on the same switch on the low beam. And we figured, you know, that's perfect for a track car because they're all low beams instead of having a high beam, which everyone hates you at the track if you have your high beams on. And they're really, really bright because they're HID. And we're like, that's perfect. But obviously now that Matt, who's buying this car, wants to put it on the street, he needs high and low beams, which is not perfect because this one doesn't have high and low beams. So it means we have to swap out for the, we've got a pair of stock Series 3 headlights, which we're going to swap in. Problem with that is because this has had HIDs in it, to put the stock headlights back in, Rex has to pretty much rewire the whole front of the car to suit the stock headlights, which he's just super happy about. So he's gone and hid all the wiring, rewired everything to suit, so the little wiring was hidden for the HID headlights. Now he's got to pull it all back out and rewire it all so that stock ones can work, so he has high and low beam. So far the wrap seems to be fine. There's no leaks, which is awesome, and everything works fine. So yeah, it's sort of eliminated our issue with the rack being offset with the 34 rack in it, which means we don't have to screw around with spaces or anything. It's way more legal and it still gets lock to lock now. So, you know, the 34 rack was cool. We might put it in the LS car. Same with these HID headlights. We'll put them in the LS car because it's good for track car. But yeah, this was also a pain in the ass having to change all of this out. So pretty much had to completely redesign the front end too to suit.
Yeah,
So.
I had to pull those custom steering lines out to try and get them out, and then
Yeah.
get the original ones back in with the motor still in the car.
It's annoying because even if we put the R34 rack in the LS car, we still can't use the steering lines that we got made up. So, well, the Rex made up, I should say. But anyway,
Nah, because the
Different-
sample,
different.
the sample being in the way.
it'll be a different pump anyway.
Yeah, true.
So, LS car will have a different pump, so we can't even use them lines, even if we put the 34 rack in it, which we'll probably have to because at this point, I don't think we have any other 31 racks, unless the one in Patara is actually okay, but we'll find out anyway. We'll cross that bridge when we get to LS car, which will hopefully be soon, but yeah, a lot of work's going into this car to doing it. So once the front end's all rewired to suit the new lights, then we have to sort out the driver's seat is on like a rail that's been like modified. It's all custom, it's weird. Doesn't actually, the R31s have the seatbelt buckle on the rail, much like a Subaru sort of seat rail, or there's probably heaps of others, but that's all I can think of to compare it to right now. So whoever's modified that seat, because this car had a 4-point harness in it, which we've taken out obviously to fit the interior, we need to sort out a belt buckle because whoever modified the seat rail didn't put the buckle on it, obviously because they had a harness. So we've got to try and put a seat belt buckle in it so that it has an actual working driver's side seat belt also. So that's going to be the next thing after these lights. What we've been doing lately is, because Rex is just so sick of working on this car, like he finished it and then he had to work on it again. He's just sort of been doing one thing a day just so that Rex stays sort of sane and doesn't get absolutely crazy. The other thing we still have to sort out is trying to get the speedo to work, because the RB25s have a 2-wire Hall effect speed sensor, which is totally different to the 30s, which have a 3-wire, which is like an actual powered sensor. So we're still exploring options on how the hell we can get that to work. But it's really looking at this point like we're probably just gonna have to buy, or someone's gonna, like Matt or us will have to buy a aftermarket speedo to make it work with the Hall effect sensor, because like there's a few options. There are people that make reluctor boxes and stuff like that to make them work. And there is, the story of the D21 speed sensor working. But the problem is we have been calling around all over the place trying to find a D21 speed sensor. We cannot find one anywhere. Pretty much seem to be like impossible to find, so we're having no luck on that front. So yeah, we're still sort of looking into exploring options to make that work. So it's just such a headache, building a track car and then having to turn it into a street car. Righto, so Rex has pretty much got the front end back together of this thing. The inside high beam bulbs need to be swapped out, but apart from that, it's all good. So that's one more thing down on the 31 that's had to be done. It's been taken most of the day. Anywho, righto guys, that's going to be it for today. Sorry there wasn't a lot of exciting stuff happening today in the vlog. I filmed some other videos today and had some other stuff going on around the place. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the little video today. Really good to get Zach's head together. So that's going to be awesome. He's coming out tomorrow, and we'll hopefully get his motor pretty much built. I was hoping to sort of get his motor in the car on Friday, but I'm pretty sure the 31 is going to be occupying the hoist on Friday, because I think the bloke who bought it's coming to get it and stuff. So you might have to do Zach's motor tomorrow and maybe try and get it in the car this weekend instead of Friday. But I'll talk to Zach about that tomorrow. But nonetheless, Rex is having not a lot of fun sorting this thing out. And because Chelsea's here, we're going to head off a little bit earlier than I normally do so that we can go home. So yeah, thanks for watching. Smash the like, smash subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace, guys.